Hi, this is Ron Janish. Going to show you something new and different, and uh, some of these things may be very useful to you. Um, One of the things we're going to show you is a real simple, easy to use exit. It's mind-bogglingly simple, but it really, really works. And it works very well. And we're going to show you a whole bunch of details. And what this is in front of you here is this is a program that we use for historical studies. And right now, what it's doing is it's doing an optimization run, and we've got another 2 days and 7 hours left. Okay, well, um, and what I do is I let it go through the different runs and see what good comes up. And let me see. And some of the runs will come up as losers, some will come up as winners. And what it does is it gives me an idea as to what I need to look for in terms of parameters. Okay, so here these are your mins, for example, and what this particular thing is testing for, I'll show you. It's testing for shakeouts. Simple as that. Looking at the Andrews shakeout concept and see how well it works. And we're testing out different exit strategies and stuff like that. And what we do is we look at what's going on here and see what parameter seems to work best, and then move on to individual tests. So let's see an example of some individual tests. So here we did some individual tests, and the only difference in these tests is what pivot formula we used. So here we used min fives, and here we had 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we had 4 winners and 4 losers, and the rest were winners. Okay, and we're using. I mean, these tests did everything exactly the same except the pivot formula. And this is in 4X, and 4X is kind of neat to test out on because you have a lot of ups and downs, and you don't have trends that last for 3 or 4 years across the board like you do in stocks. So so these are real neat to test this stuff out on. So here we have a test of min 4 pivot formula. Okay, and here we go with min 3, and we can see min 3 had a whole bunch more uh, trades and didn't come out too well at the end. Now here we have min 2s. Now this one came out okay at the end, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 losers. Let's take a quick look at what percentages there were. See, one of the really neat things is this during phase C, we'll probably wind up releasing this software, and uh, and so we'll have to teach people how to use it. Okay, so whoops, that's not. Yes, it is. See, so what happened? Let's go to settings and let's take a look down. And this says okay, these are. So what I'm looking at here are essentially this is the run from min 2 pivots, and it did 85% and in the calculated annualized return. But you always got to look at what's your max system drawdown, and the max system drawdown was a horrendous 40 some odd percent. So that's really no fun. Now, as we look at min 1 formula, we get a much higher return. Okay, remember this is leveraged. Okay, and we also have a horrendous drawdown. Now, this is real easy to fix. Okay, here's your min 2s, or min 1s rather, and the cool thing about min 1s is these are 90% accurate. Ooh. Now, so what we do is we make a few minor modifications. And we simply tell the program not to be so aggressive financially. And we're going to see what happens in a minute. Oh, whoops, that's not going to work. I have to change something. I have to change the pivot formula. Come on, baby. Ah, there we go. Okay, now we'll let it run. Anyway, what we're going to do is during phase C, we're going to release this software and to anybody involved in the project. And we're going to give instruction on how to do your own studies. You know, we'll show you how we do it, and then we'll show you all the different variables, and there's a lot of variables that are available, and you can kind of mix and match and spend a whole bunch of time on each one of these. And this is just the shakeout. There's plenty more like this. What I like to do is I like to layer them, so I'll get a really nice shakeout system and I'll combine it with another system and another system. So I might have 2 or 3 systems together, and the result is when one's not producing anything, the other one is, and stuff like that. So because at any given time, this is only using a small percentage of assets. So this should be done in a few seconds. Oh yes, and what's this wonderful parameter that creates a real easy technique for getting out when you have very profitable trades? Real easy. It is called 8 consecutive further closes. That's all it is. So you have 8 consecutive further closes. Okay, now if you're in a trade and you have 8 consecutive further closes, you might be feeling higher than a kite because you're just super winning and stuff like that. Well, that might also be a good time to get out. And that's one of the things we put in the parameter in this thing here is 8 consecutive further closes as a good time to get out. So let's take a look and see what it did. Okay, so now we did it a little more conservative. And we still had 90 some odd percent winners. Let's see how max drawdown was. Max drawdown went to a much more respectable 20%. Okay. And so one of the things that you'll be able to do is go through here and make some modifications, and you can do optimization runs. So for example, you can say, well, at P1 at pivot 1 I want to do one thing, at pivot 2 I want to do another. No problem. You can do that, and let's see, in this particular case here, price did, interestingly enough, at pivot 1, remember this is a shakeout, so at pivot 1 prices didn't close beyond the ML, and at pivot 2 it just kind of ignored whatever. That's really the gist of it, and the percentage winners here is pretty cool. So and we use a couple of different things for an exit. One is what I call the fire exit, and that's when, prices go against you and or against the position, and hey, it's time to get out because you don't want to take too much of a loss. So that's kind of a loss, stop loss. And then we also use profit exit patterns. And what I haven't added to this system here yet is the enter next day feature, where it looks to enter in the next day at a better price. And we can also do some optimization with that. We can also add what's called the inside major feature, and that simply means that it's obviously a correction, no bones about it. So we can add that. We don't have all that built, so that's just to give you some idea. And so anyway, so we'll be releasing this during phase C. Okay, so I thank you for your time, and see you next time.